Okay, in this tutorial what we are going to see how this menu actually works. I want to add a few more items over here. How that works. Why this is flight mode? Okay, let me remove that. Yes. So how this actually options menu works. This kind of menu is called as options menu. Right. Let's see how that kind of menu works. Okay, now here is some setup given to you by Android Studio. Right, this setup is given to you by Android Studio. It has, what you can say, it has given you one toolbar reference, and that toolbar is mentioned in activity underscore main. Set support action bar is the method of fragment activity, and you're assigning that toolbar, right? Set support action bar, and you're assigning that toolbar reference over here. Then on the click of the floating button you are doing, let me do one thing very quickly. Let me enable the Java 8 for this project. Right, in the default config you can say jack options here, right? Jack options and enabled true. Jack options enabled true. And in this closure I'm going to write one more closure, compile options, right? Source compatibility 1.8 and target compatibility 1.8, 1.8, and just click on the sync. I'll be back after completion of this Gradle. Okay, so here is the Gradle setup, Java 8 setup. Inside the Gradle, immediately you will find do not use this, kindly convert it to the Lambda. Fine, we have used Lambda over here, right? This is nothing but the Lambda expression. If you don't know what is a Java 8 and how to integrate in the Android, kindly subscribe our channel and see video on the Java 8. Okay, now how I'm going to add new menu, that is the question. How I'm going to add something over here, right? How I'm going to add settings, cut, copy, paste, likewise things over here that we want to check, right? And every Android activity comes with one menu, right? Object of the menu, it's an interface. See, interface for managing the items in menu. By default every activity supports an option menu of actions or options. What it is saying, every activity supports an option menu of actions or options. You can add items to this menu and handle the clicks on your additions. We'll see the easiest and the recommended way of adding menu items is inflating in the XML file, right? Via menu inflator. The easiest way of attaching the code clicks is nothing but on item selected, on options item selected. Okay, now let's see here. Can you see this r.menu.menu main? Remember that Android is having one standard resource which is nothing but the menu. Android is having one standard resource which is nothing but the menu, which contains all the menus that you need. See, item, you can see this thing, right? And title would be the settings, right? Show as action. Action comes with the icon. Remember that action comes with the icon and not as option. See, now what I'll do is that if I say show as action always, I would be doing show as action always, or I'll keep this never, and let me create a new item, right? I'm going to create some new item, action underscore setting, instead of this, instead of action underscore. Generally I don't prefer, what you can say, underscores in the naming settings, and here you can say action underscore profile, like this. Any name you can provide. This is the ID, you can create anything. Order in category 101. Title, right here title, let me create the another title, action profile, right? Action profile, and here I can say profile, right? And show as action always. Here you can see show as action what? Always. Now run, let me run the code. Remember that this onCreateOptionsMenu method is going to be called when Android creates the activity, right? When Android creates the activity, likewise the layout inflator you have used earlier, right? Likewise the layout inflator you have used earlier, here we have used menu inflator to inflate this menu into this menu. We are inflating this XML into this menu object. Remember that implementation for this menu interface is provided by the system internally, right? So menu inflator here we have use. Let me run the code and see what happens. If you run the code, you'll come to know here one menu in the three dots would be getting added, and one menu will come outside that menu options, right? One menu will come outside, or you will find one menu somewhere here. I don't know why I cannot provide the annotation, right? See over here, here you will find one menu, right? I'll come back once this Gradle running is gets completed. Okay, now can you see the profile which is outside this? This thing is called as action. See what you have said, show as action always, right? Show as action never, means this is option and this is action. These are two differences. Options are always inside these three dots. Actions you will find over here on the toolbar. Okay, now to the options, sorry, to the actions you can provide the icon. To the actions you can provide the icon, but to the options you cannot provide the icons. Okay, let me get one icon over here. By the definition and by the principle of the material design, right? Title and the actions, or title and the actions can be in the different name or can be in the different color, right? But presently I'm going to keep it same. Okay, let me get one icon from the, what you can say, material design icons. So here material design, I'll go to the source, main, resources, drawable. I'll right click over here. See the procedure how you are going to get the SVG for your app, right? Right click on the drawable. I'm clicking right on the drawable, then new. Can you see the vector asset? I'm clicking on the vector asset, and from here I'm selecting one icon for the profile. I will go to the social, right? And what I can do is that I will click on this profile. I want to get the profile, right? This is not a profile icon, but we'll keep it. I'll do this thing, this, next, and say finish, right? I'll keep this, and here I can provide the icon. You can say at drawable this. Presently it is in the black color. Convert it to the white. Can you see this thing? Fill color, right? All are the zeros, means it is black. In the color spectrum, all zeros is nothing but the black. All F 1 2 3 4 are the white. Okay, the moment I'll run the code, you'll see the difference over here. It is a specific, instead of this text it will show you one icon over here. See, profile. So it would be getting converted to the icon, which is nothing but that person symbol, right? It's installing the new APK. Can you see? Profile. Whatever outside, that is action, whatever inside, that is options. Remember that, action and the options. Okay, so how you would be adding more actions? Item, if you want to make it as option, right? If you want to make it as option, see, and likewise you would be go on adding. Okay, now what I want to do is that how to get the click listener on which I have clicked, how you would be getting that thing, right? So for that you can have public or override one method which is nothing but on options item selected. Can you see this thing? On options item selected. This method would be useful. From this I am returning true, right? True says that I got everything correct. So if you want to get the documentation of this, you will come to know. See the return type, a boolean return false to allow a normal menu processing to proceed, true consume, true to consume it here, right? So true is nothing but what? If you make it false, you will not get to know the click events. If you return the true, or if you keep this thing as it is, that's also fine. Means from the parents method it will decide, or for the normal execution return the true. Means you are saying that I'm going to consume the click event over here, right? I'm going to consume click event over here. See, here you would be getting clicked item. What you are getting over here? Clicked item. You can check it. If item dot get item id is exactly equals to r dot id dot, right, action settings. If it is a settings, then do this thing. Else if it is item id is exactly equals to action, what you can say, profile, then do this thing, right? Then do this thing. Are you getting that? Okay, now what you can do is that, simply toast out over here, toast dot make text. Context is nothing but this, and here you can say settings, and toast dot length underscore short dot show, like this. Let me copy this over here, and here you can say profile, right? So this is about options menu. What I'm saying, this is about what? Options menu. So this menu, whatever comes under the toolbar or these three dots, that menu is called as options menu, right? On create menu is going to be called only once. If you want to change that menu dynamically, you are going to call on prepare options menu. This method is going to be called again and again, so you can change that menu dynamically. Suppose you have some text boxes or check boxes over here, and on the check and uncheck of that checkbox, if you want to change this menu content, that is also possible. You are going to call on prepare options menu. In that case, on prepare options menu is going to be called automatically, right? If you want to change that thing, so on every click of menu, this on prepare options menu method is going to get called, right? Okay, now let's see the output. Settings, can you see you have clicked the settings, and if I tap over here, you have clicked the profile. Are you getting that? On the click of this, you have tapped the profile. On the click of this, you have settings, right? This is about options menu, right? Now there is one more type of menu in the Android, which is nothing but the context menu. There is one more type of the menu in Android, is called as context menu. You might have seen many times, if you long hold something, one menu gets appeared on your screen, or right click in your computer system. See this, right click. This kind of menu is context menu. That we'll see in the next tutorial, right? How to deal with the context menu, we'll see in the next tutorial, right? If you like our videos, kindly subscribe us and keep watching.